Hello everyone and welcome to our next technical analysis review for the Euro US dollar pair. Today is April 18th, 2012 and we are currently looking at price action on our 10-minute chart. And as you can see in front of you, today was an interesting day because most of our losses from earlier, the pair had eventually paired most of its losses and recouped its gains or recouped its losses for today. So you can see that we ended the day primarily flat with either no gains or no losses in the pair. But if you look to your left, like right around the opening of the trading session, during the Asian session, you can see that the Euro US dollar pair began to decline lower and became bearish primarily on the risk averse story coming out of Europe and also on dollar strength. Now, although there were still some worries over the Spanish economy and with their rising yields and whether or not they'll be able to meet their fiscal targets for the year, this move lower, this bearish move lower, was not only a combination of just that, but also a little bit of some profit taken from yesterday's rally. But most importantly, it was just plain old dollar buying. There was buying of the US dollar that caused it to be stronger in comparison to the euro. So for most of the Asian and European session, we see this bearish, risk-averse move in the pair. But right around the opening of the U.S. trading session, it found support here at around 30.58. And we began to see investor sentiment shifting and changing. That's when the bulls took over the market and came on the scene. And we saw this rally or this climb higher in the Euro US dollar pair. And the pair, like we said earlier, began to recoup some of its losses from earlier and paired most of its losses for the day. So then, of course, right now, the pair is currently consolidating around a 31.22 handle and awaiting the breakout during the Asian trading session. But for the most part, the reason why this trading day was interesting was because of the low volume and the low trading range for today. I think the pair had only traded within an 83 pip range from the high here, the session high here at 31.41 down to the session low here at 30.58. So if you were looking for an opportunity to trade the Euro US dollar pair today, then you could have done so if you were up at this time prior to the U.S. market open. You could have done so when price had reached the support at 30.58. Now, the reason why I say that is because this support here at 38.58, this zone of support here is historic support and resistance, and I'm about to prove it to you by going to the 3-hour chart. Now, let me go to the 3-hour chart. Now, if you glance to the left from here, you can see that there was a few moments in history where price had reached this level at 30.58 and had found support at that level. And if you glance all the way to the left, you can see that this 30.58 zone here served as the shoulders for this inverted head and shoulders pattern. It served as support for the shoulders. I don't know if you were able to see it, but you can see this head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders forming with the head forming here and then the right shoulder forming here around this 30.58 zone. So of course this would have been a good area to enter a trade if you were able to observe price behavior at that particular level. It could have gave you a signal on what was going to happen with this currency pair and in what direction to trade. Now, the reason why I say that is because, of course, you know that the trend for the day, the major bias for the day when it reached the support was bearish. So then once price had reached this support, it would have been important to just see if you would have saw signs of a reversal pattern forming in the pair or either signs of trend continuation. And in today's case, we saw signs of a reversal pattern forming, in the pair, and also bullish momentum kick into the market. So, of course, if I were in front of my platform at this time when price had reached this support here, then I would have waited for bullish confirmation. I would have waited and entered a buy order around 30.70 and actually traded this pair until it reached the 3100 psychological level and could have took my profit there for about a 30 pip trade. But if I wanted to take on a little bit more risk and stay in the market, I could have held on to the trade and actually closed it out when it reached this daily pivot point at 31.30 for about a 60 pip trade. So of course this was one entry you could have done earlier, but you had to be aware of whether or not a reversal pattern was forming or whether a trend continuation pattern was forming. In this case, we saw signs of a reversal pattern forming. So then, of course, that's it for my technical analysis review. Of course, we're waiting to see what will happen during the Asian trading session, whether or not there'll be a breakout to the downside or whether or not we'll see gains to the upside. But of course, time will only tell. So then right now, that's it for my technical analysis review for today, and I hope to be talking to you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.